Hello everyone, now we will be doing the poem Stopping by the Woods on a Snowy Evening by Robert Frost. Now let us first form a kind of imagery in our minds. Let us suppose you're out on a vacation on a trip and you go on to the hills. What do you see around? You see yourself surrounded by woods and trees on all sides, and you see beautiful mountains, beautiful landscapes, maybe even a river flowing down. And you're just looking outside the window. What do? You fall into introspection. You think about life, about nature, about your duties, about your responsibilities. So this is something that happened with a poet right here, Robert Frost. Robert Frost is anyway considered to be a nature-loving poet. So most of his poems, especially as he was based in New England, most of his poems have a lot of nature in them. So here also we see the element of nature. So let us first read the poem. Whose woods are these? I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. He gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. The woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. So you see, this is a very beautiful poem. Now let us understand it line by line. First, let's go through the first stanza again. Whose woods are these? I think I know. His house is in the village though. He will not see me stopping here to watch his woods fill up with snow. So we see that the poet is going somewhere. He's traveling through the woods and he stops his carriage somewhere in between. Okay, and it is among all these woods, and he thinks, and he probably knows the owner of these woods, and he is just happy that he is away from here and he can't see him here, while he is stopping here to admire the beauty of the woods, of nature. So his woods are filled up with snow. We can say that it's the winter time. Now let us look into the metaphorical meaning of this. Here the woods are basically all the temptations of life, the beauty of nature, the mystery that it holds. And village here means the civilization and the society that we live in. So, and snow is basically the part when everything becomes gloomy and everything becomes a little dull, the latter part of life. Okay, so basically in this paragraph he is just stopping by to admire the fantasies of life, and he is happy to be away from the civilization. Next. My little horse must think it queer to stop without a farmhouse near, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. Now, when we go towards our goal, we need something that takes us there, right? So, in a way, his little horse is a metaphorical meaning for something that would take you there. And we see, okay, so when we are stopping our horse in a no man's land, he's thinking that maybe, my owner made some mistake and we are just here by randomly, we did not have to be here. He is looking for a farmhouse around, he is looking for a civilization around him, but all he sees is woods around him. So, between the woods and frozen lake, the darkest evening of the year. So frozen lake, again it goes with the snow, winter is here, and this is the latter part of life when he is introspecting about death, about the sad parts which make the life worth living when it is happy. So again, the darkest evening of the year, this can mean, see it is winter, so this can mean the winter solstice, and it can also mean in a metaphorical manner that something very problematic has happened with the poet here, and he is grieving about something, he is introspecting about something, he is thinking of death. Next, he gives his harness bells a shake to ask if there is some mistake. The only other sounds the sweep of easy wind and downy flake. So here again, bells are basically a guide, right? You hear some sound. So here the horse is the thing that is taking you towards your goal, while bells are the guide. They're guiding you, they're giving you the directions, right? So he gives his harness bells a shake, the horse, to ask, okay, are we on the right place? Are we on the right path? So in the metaphorical sense, it's a guide. Otherwise, we can say that simply, let's just form a picture of it in our minds, that there's a horse there and he is very dear to the poet because he writes My Little Horse. Now, it can mean a pony, yes, but usually we write it when something is dear to us. So the poet very dearly calls his horse My Little Horse. So what his horse does is, he asks if there is some mistake, and then we see that the poet creates a sound imagery. So there are only 3 sounds to be heard. Firstly, the ringing of the harness bell. Secondly, of the light wind that is flowing, since it's winter, light wind is flowing in the woods, and of the flakes that are pouring down. Next we have, the woods are lovely, dark and deep, but I have promises to keep, and miles to go before I sleep, and miles to go before I sleep. Now, he wants to stay there. He wants to stay wherever he has reached, and he wants to admire the beauty. He wants to see the scenery around him. But he can't. He knows that. And he has to move on. He has to trudge his horse forward. But here, when we look at the metaphorical sense, we can also say that woods can be compared to life. And the poet calls life lovely, dark and deep. That means it's beautiful. Sure, it's beautiful. But it has its mysteries. And it has the imminent death that is awaiting all of us. And then he says, I have promises to keep and miles to go before I sleep. Now, let us understand what this means. This basically means that he has duties and responsibilities in this world that he has to fulfill before he dies, before his journey ends. Before I sleep, sleep here can mean death. So he has to keep those promises and fulfill his duty on this earth. Now we see that the last 2 lines have been reiterated. This is basically for putting focus on them and highlighting them for the readers.